Comcast, where the fandoms unite, with the Boba Fett swagger and the Jedi's in sight. It's a comic book cocktail, shaken and stirred, we're the coolest cats in the whole nerd herd. Grab your badge and strike. Well,
I should stop. Why is it still there?
What a way to start. Holy jumping Jimmy. Are you
Stop.
frozen? Hi.
Hi. So they're constantly adding new settings to this. So it was always before, when I would hit the any media, it would play with us on the side so we could see ourselves. All right. But then when it was done, it would just go away. But apparently now it doesn't go away. You have to click stop on it. That sucks. Anyway.
That's an Ash problem. That's all.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
No, I'm kidding. I actually got questions to ask you about all this anyway, because I got questions. But it's good seeing you. We haven't got to chat much lately, and lately it's been on me. We haven't been doing as much podcast.
No, we haven't. And like we said last time, every time I come up to the house, you're not there.
I know I'm busy. I'm so busy. You should see my lawn. I was going to do a picture today of just outside the winery where the grass is literally 8 foot tall.
I saw it.
I'm working on it tomorrow. I just have been so busy. We spent the last 5 days in Ohio, and so.
But what you should do is apply to the state for a prairie grass conservative and get a grant to keep growing it.
I've got a prairie grass steel natural habitat just next to my house here.
I know. Well,
I don't know about you guys, but with the weather, the way the weather has been this year, and the way that the winter was very mild, we are having a hell of a problem with ants in our house.
Well, what a way to start a convention podcast. I'm having problems with ants too. I don't know what the deal is.
This weekend, I mean, and the big problem has been I can't bomb the house with the dog and in the house, and it's been too bloody hot to throw her outside for 4 hours. And so this weekend we're heading up to my mom's house to visit. We're taking the dog with us, and we're bombing the crap out of the house just to kill wherever the ants are coming in from.
I hope I'm not bringing up something bad, but you said dog. You had dogs.
Yeah, Bouncer, she passed old age. We're down to just Kira, the bloodhound. And when she's gone, no more. I am not emotionally mature enough to handle losing pets. Maybe fish. I can handle fish dying. That's fine.
When we lost Jax, that's how I was. I was like, I love having a dog. I love having Kiki or a cat. I'm at that point now. I can't. And then you go out on the road and do stuff and
when I lost Nirvana, that was really bad on me.
Yeah.
So what a great way to start it. Yeah. Because I guess we could chat about it now. I'll mention it again later when people come on. But we lost a couple of our Fair family friends this weekend that we've known for 20 years. This weekend, two of our friends passed away at Fair, and our aunt passed away as well.
Yeah.
Not at the fair we're at other locations.
Okay. I was just like, how fucking hard do you guys party?
Yeah, no. Although these guys back in the day were, but
although we did meet a dude who could definitely keep up partying with us.
Yeah, but
this weekend.
We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about Ohio Pirate Festival, or the Port Clinton Pirate Festival in Ohio that we went and did this weekend. First year fair. It was a lot of fun. We'll cover that because it was a unique show for us in a way.
It was.
So yeah,
it's first year show, you know.
But it was one of those where you're going into a territory where you only know a handful of people in a way. So, but we'll talk about that.
Hey, that means all the material is fresh and new, so that's a good thing.
Well, that's the thing I've been saying forever is like, man, guys, if we're not doing new shows, let's go where there's new people. It was fine. Although then you got to retrain your audiences, because I will say there were some people there that when we first got there, because they mentioned a lot like music on us. We keep telling people, stop putting music in our profile. We are not musicians. We are comedians. We will do some comedy songs, but we're not musicians. No. But people see pirate and they think musician immediately. And not a hit on them. It's everywhere. Matter of fact, I was just talking with Smoke, the performer, who made one of our things for Big River this year, and he put music ? On it just to fuck with us. but I'm gonna have to have him change it just because people will see it and they'll go, "Well, we want to hear some pirate shanties," and it's like that's just not who we are. But yeah,
Well,
we'll
first give me all your money. That's the real pirate right there.
tip first, sing later.
Yeah.
Um,
You
yeah, we'll
didn't
go-
sing. Well, now you know how pirates will treat you.
we're more pirate than singer.
Yeah, we just robbed you.
We'll cover that a bit. We'll I was hoping to make more notes. I was supposed to be at a gubernatorial debate tonight, and I really wanted to go because one of my friends from school that I went like middle school and high school with, matter of fact, because we had similar last names, we sat next to each other in mini classes. She's running for governor. Good person stuff. I do not plan on voting for her, but I want to go up and give her the chance to change my
Convince you.
mind. Yeah, I want to be fair about it.
Yes.
So I want to go catch that. And we spent so much time talking about that. I didn't write everything down. So some of this is coming off the cuff. But we're going to talk about San Diego Comic-Con because a lot's been
that-
coming about that.
Chester's wife.
Stacey Rogers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I can't believe she's with Chester. Wow.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing. Let's talk about their
You been good,
relationship.
Chester?
Anyhow, but we're we're gonna hit that. So let's hit Geekgasms real quick, and we'll just start talking about various things.
I really don't have any. I am irritated right now. My geekgasm is going to be my geek vent. All right. Apparently, this new multicolor system for my 3D printer. There must be a problem with the new printed circuit board that controls the heat element in it. Because if I'm printing PLA, it's fine. But if I do anything that requires more heat than PLA, it will futz out and throw errors and have to be completely rebooted. I mean, to the point that even doing a PID calibration on it, if I'm going with what I need for like ASA, and so right now I'm going through with support to try to get them to replace that damn board because it's just stupid. Why? I mean, and I've done everything. I've replaced the cabling on the inside. I've replaced the nozzle. I've done all kinds of stuff to this damn thing trying to get it to work, and it's just pissing me off. So I don't have a geekgasm right now. I have although, okay, I take that back. The new season of Star Trek: Strange New Worlds came out this last weekend.
And that was a really good episode. I really liked it.
It was a good. You can tell. You can literally tell because this is season 4. All right.
Right.
You can tell that the new owners of Paramount came in and said, no, we're changing up. All
They
right.
shook off some wokeness.
And that's the whole thing. The characters are all there and all the stuff like that. They didn't change any of the characters, anything like that. They just dialed back the whole, what do you want to call it? Not politicalness. The whole thing. They just dialed it back and went back to standard Star Trek. And it was great.
To me, the landing party was 3 women. They all went down there. They all were strong, and there was no wokeness about it.
It didn't need to be. Yeah.
It doesn't need to be.
Although
You can
although
still have
Jessica,
good, strong characters that are females without all the wokeness about it.
What I saw an interview with Rebecca Ramon talking about that this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
oh really?
Yeah. Well, a little bit. She talked about. We got on and we were checking out San Diego Comic-Con stuff, Christy and I,
Yeah.
and they were showing the new the new animated series and the new class of starship that they got for Janeway and all that stuff and how bad it was.
Yeah.
And people were complaining and I was like, man, I hate to hear that stuff because I know like that's Daryl's fandom and you just hate to see, like, I know the struggles in my fandoms and then they went then to X-Men news interviewing Rebecca Romaine, who's in what Star Trek series she in?
Yeah, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds. Okay.
Yeah, she plays Una. She plays the first officer on the Enterprise.
Excellent. And I said,
First officer or security? No, she plays first officer. Yeah.
Christy is like,
Una's the taller one, right?
Yeah, she's the tall one. She's Una,
Yeah.
which stands for 1. So she's number 1. You know.
well, they were talking about like in a very nice way. Her and the female reporter she was working with was talking about how some of the things they had with the old X-Men stuff and Mystique was a little on the sexist side,
Oh, just a bit.
Yeah, and it's understandable. They did it in a very nice tone. And then the reporter turned around on this X-Men interview and started talking to her about Star Trek. So, because there was a Star Trek poster nearby or something they were talking
Right.
about. And so then they got into that. And I told Christy I'd like to start watching that series. She goes, I might be into that. Which brought it, and she goes, wasn't there another one you want to watch? And I said, well, Lower Decks is one I wanted to watch with you.
Lower Decks is funny.
And then when I told her it had Jack Quaid in it, she's like, yeah, we're in. Jack
Yeah.
Quaid sold the whole thing for her. So,
Yep.
Strange New World is probably my favorite series, and I can really see them going from that after Pike's gone to rebooting the whole Star Trek, the whole Enterprise thing going on. with
They
Kirk.
are.
They are good.
But one of my things is, one, the person that they in Strange New World have lined up to be Kirk. No, he's not a good Kirk.
The guy who's been playing Kirk this whole time,
Yeah,
I don't think he does that bad of a job.
they're
Kinda
playing
like it.
Kirk in Strange New Worlds.
Well, okay, did you see the one where they did kind of that throwback one where he was acting like the 70s Kirk?
Well, when they did the like the holodeck one where they did like a whole that thing, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of had that William Shatner shit down, but I think he does okay as Kirk. I think Kirk might need a little bit of rebooting for people to understand him, because the old Kirk from the 70s, people today, I don't think they'd really like him, you know?
No, I don't think. I believe you're right. I don't think so. One, he was more than a little. I mean, at the time, he was groundbreaking and forward and stuff like that. But that just lets you realize how freaking misogynistic it was back then.
Oh my God, right? You know, I mean, he was the first really interracial kiss on network TV.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
well,
him and-
yeah, but if you know the history of that kiss, you know what an asshole, not Kirk, but Shatner is with that.
yeah, he's an asshole.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be Spock's kiss and everything, and it was.
Yeah.
No offense, Shatner's.
But on the flip side, if you know your history of that scene,
Uh-huh.
one thing that makes me like Shatner more about that scene is the fact that they were going to they wanted several different cuts of that. All right, one where they kiss, which they did. All right, but they wanted to do cuts where they didn't kiss. All right, did something close to it, but not quite a kiss. That way, if the studio got cold feet, they can just use this other cut. All right. And every one of those that they filmed, Shatner intentionally was mugging the camera and making weird faces and stuff like that, so they couldn't use any of them, and they had to use the interracial kiss one.
I think
I kind of respect that.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, he was an egotistical ass munch who was stealing scenes from everybody else, but those are actors; they do that.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I do like the guy.
Oh yeah.
But anybody can make fun of themselves as much as he does, which is.
I liked him
I think
once that Saturday Night Live show came out that he did, where he started making fun of himself.
Yeah, that and his album that he did and stuff.
I think when he was younger, the stardom went to his
serious.
head.
That was serious.
The album was serious, but he was able to make fun of himself in it.
I think when he was
Well, he
younger,
made fun of
the
himself
style-
later. At the time, he was going serious. I'm a
There's-
rocket man. Yeah, it was horrible.
Well, shit, that's almost as good as Spock's fucking Bilbo Baggins song.
That one, everybody loves. He had fun on that one. And, he was so high, he was looking down on Smog. That's all I got to say.
Though, I think Shatner at that time, he let stardom go to his head in the 70s, having all the girls, all the scenes. That's what he wanted. Maybe he grew up and realized he was a prick, because anymore, he's kind of cool. But it does say something that Takei doesn't talk to him at all,
Yes. Yeah, he
that
was.
man is, I mean, from what I've heard, is about the kindest dude you could ever talk to.
Shatner?
No,
Oh,
Takei.
okay.
Yeah.
But, I
he
agree with you.
He can be arrogant too, though.
That is,
Yeah.
Yes.
everybody I know that's talked to him says,
I've talked
he's
to him,
just
yeah,
really super nice.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
he is nice, but
Yeah.
there's a little of that.
Oh, let me
Right.
tell you. Okay, so yes, he is nice, but also he is still a bitchy little gay man.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Daryl?
I've seen him be very, very.
And there's nothing
edge
wrong,
middle and
but
cross.
you have to realize when dealing with bitchy little gay guys, you get bitchy little gay guy attitude.
But
Yeah.
sometimes I'm a bitchy little fat guy, and sometimes you're a bitchy bearded German. You
Yeah,
know?
I am so bitchy. All right.
Well, not all the time. Rarely you are, but when you do, you bitch. So do I.
Yes, I am. I'm a saucy bitch.
I know we started talking 3D printer and got to, which is good. That's how this
Yeah.
goes. If we're going to sit around and bitch about Shatner, though, we can't do
But-
that without getting Suzanne Lambden
So-
back in, and because she's the only one that's worked with him and actually fought with him.
Yeah.
Give her back
Yeah.
on the podcast, let her tell her stories. We got nothing on that.
Hell, we could do that sometime.
Oh yeah, easily she'd come back on anytime.
But needless to say, I feel that if the rest of this season continues in that same vein, it's going to be the best
I think the
season
last season,
of
yeah.
Strange New Worlds. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, season 5 is already in the can, and it's only like 3 or 4 episodes. It's like a partial season.
Okay, I thought season 4 was the last season,
Nope. Season 5. You get like 3 episodes of season 5.
and then I bet it goes straight into Enterprise.
Well, my thing is okay, they've got Scotty on, all right, and they've
Yeah.
already got Scotty set up as the chief engineer,
Yes.
all right, and they've pulled, and I don't understand why she's still on there. They've pulled Carol Kane's character from being the chief engineer, so now she's just comic relief on the side, who's still talking about Doctor Who. Okay,
Well, doesn't she end up going into the future? Carol Kane, doesn't she end up going with into the future and training on
No.
and no, she comes back. Doesn't she end up training at Starfleet Academy?
I did not see her there.
Okay, maybe I got her mixed up with somebody else then.
Me, Holly Hunter.
Is that the comedian?
No. Maybe I'm wrong. See, the thing is that her character is supposed to be this one type of race that is super long lived. She's already several thousand years old.
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
From Princess Bride.
Yes.
No. Wait,
Yes,
Holly
yeah.
Hunter?
No.
No.
we're talking about-
Carol Kane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I shouldn't interject. I don't watch the show.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up. Sorry.
Yep.
But so we've got Scotty, we've got Uhura, we've got Spock. They've got someone already in line for Kirk. All I'm saying is that before this show ends, they've got to have all of the cast members from the Cage there. All right, which includes we need to get Sulu in.
Chekhov.
No, Chekhov came in season 2 of TOS. That's the reason there's always been this incongruity with Wrath of Khan, because Khan was an episode Space Seed in
Right.
season 1. All right, and he never saw Chekhov. Chekhov didn't come in until season 2, but in Wrath of Khan, he goes, "I remember you. I don't forget a face," when he's looking at Chekhov. But they never met in Space Seed.
That motherfucker Mandela. I swear. Chekhov was never in season 1. Wow.
No,
Man,
he came in. Matter of fact, he came in as a direct, kind of like ripoff of what was it? Of Davy from the Monkees.
Oh, I could see.
Because he was so
heard that
popular in
comparison.
the Monkees, David. They were like, okay, we need our own Davy. All right, Davy's English. We'll make this guy Russian, but he's got to have the raggedy hair and be a young guy and all the stuff like that. So that's the reason they got Walter Koenig in to play Chekhov.
That's cool. Huh?
Which in the movies that they just recently have blown all that out of the water, the guy they had playing Chekhov in the last reiteration of the movies was awesome.
He was
great.
he was awesome, and unfortunately, his passing
McCullough.
is the reason we never got a number 4 movie.
Yeah, he was great. I loved him.
Mm-hmm. He was excellent.
Yeah.
Walter
And
Koenig's one of the
Simon
people-
Pegg as Scotty was great.
Yes. And McCoy,
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. He was an awesome
nailed it,
McCoy.
of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything
But
he does pretty
We were
good.
talking about
Yeah.
that the other day because somebody said, "Well, you can't do this without Carl Urban." I'm like, you can't do almost any Carl Urban role without him. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he like
He's good.
he is He's not Butcher from the comics, but he is Butcher.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, see, that's the problem.
Yeah.
He did McCoy so well, he's almost better than McCoy. All right.
I can see that.
I would almost rather see him play McCoy. You know what I mean? Just because
Well, yeah, in modern stuff, in modern stuff, he needs to be. I mean, I could really see him if you remember the original, the motion picture, when they bring McCoy onto the ship. He had been retired, all right, and he's coming on with a full beard, looking all hippified because it was the 1970s, looking all player with his chains and his chest out and stuff like that. All right, and I could so see Carl Urban playing up that part right there. All right.
What I'd like to see is the Tombstone one redone with Carl Urban playing McCoy in it. You don't remember the Tombstone one from the 70s?
Man, just seeing him in a Western would be awesome. Has he done a Western?
I don't think so.
Did you see the new? Did you need to see the new fight movie that he was in?
Oh man, I've got it. I started to watch it, and then Angie came home and wanted to watch some Kill Your Husband TV. She's out of practice or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
So
it just came on streaming. I think I saw an ad or something. I was gonna go watch it. I just haven't had a chance yet.
There's
bad. Too much to watch right now.
It's bad, but it knows it's bad and it plays into it.
Good.
Well, yeah.
All right. And really, because I was sitting there, at first I was sitting there watching this, watching that movie because we saw it in the theater. At first I was sitting there watching, I'm like, God, I'm wasted money and I wasted an hour of my life. I'm here to be doing something else. And after I realized that the movie did not take itself seriously, I was like, okay, I'm on for the ride. And I generally guffawed many times and laughed in that
movie. See, so question for you. So are they going to fade like Discovery did to Strange New Worlds? Or are they going to fade from Strange New Worlds to some kind of Kirk Enterprise thing?
That's what they initially had talked about. But from the scuttlebutt that I've heard is that was the initial plan that Alex Kurtzman had, completely erasing everything that had come before and putting his stamp on everything. And here's the problem with it is that according to his contract, anything that he put his stamp on, he then owned a part of it.
That's so fucking stupid because it's not.
He was. I don't know what genie he blew to get that fucking contract. But I'm saying he rubbed something off. That's all I'm saying. But and so he was looking to put his prints over everything. And fortunately, they're chopping that off. And from what I understand, they are looking to do something that is after Voyager and Deep Space Nine.
I love Voyager too, by the way.
But before all that 3200 crap, and so it'll be something that it's a continuation. Is the scuttlebutt that I hear. Now, what are you saying, dude?
I said I'm the switch. I love Deep Space Nine. I was a big fan of Deep Space Nine, and I love the concept of Voyager. Episodes of Voyager I love, but it never like Janeway, the actress, fucking love her. She is great. I never cared for the character of Janeway. I know everybody else does. That's okay. It's
I like Janeway.
I just don't care.
I did not like Chakotay. I did not like Chakotay very much.
Paris, I like that. Paris was one of my favorites.
But the one I absolutely hated and wanted just to freaking put a nail gun to his head, Neelix.
I love Neelix, but
he's a pedophile.
For me, no, she was fully adult.
The doctor guy.
She was only 2. They only lived to 9.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, Hal Jordan did the same shit too, man, and it was okay. Yeah, Green Lantern. It's because they're aliens and the age is different, and can't do it in today's society. But back in the 70s, man, that was all over the place.
It just sounds like God, what's his name? Titanic. Leonardo. Sounds like Leonardo DiCaprio's wet dream there. Get them young, and then after a couple of years, they die off. All right? It sounds like exactly what he wants.
Well, not that I couldn't talk Star Trek, because I actually even have questions I could ask, but we're half in, and we should get
Yeah.
to the other two geek
Okay.
guesses.
Well, yeah. Well, mine is kind of like his, a geek rant. I went and saw the Lobo commercial. I mean, Supergirl show.
Yeah.
Lobo was fucking great.
I still have not seen it. I am so
I can kind of get behind some of the Supergirl stuff, but there was really no plot to the fucking movie. You know, it was, the bad guy was not a memorable bad guy. You didn't know why he was a bad guy, really, and he didn't have any bad guy hook. You know.
Yeah.
I've heard that, and I've heard that, you know, a lot of the movie would just have been completely, you know, avoided if Supergirl had remembered that she had superpowers.
Yes, they kept going away because she was on a red sun planet, but then she'd go up in the sky and juice up on a yellow sun planet or yellow sun somewhere, and then come back and be a badass, you know. And it's,
Well, theoretically, at that point, couldn't she just gotten into a tanning bed?
yeah, good point.
Yeah, I will say I have not seen it, so I cannot judge. I've read a lot of reviews for a lot of people. It is very difficult to write Superman stories because he is so powerful. And if
Very
you already
much.
got Superman story out there and you're choosing to go with your next person, Supergirl, that's going to be a tough story to follow up and write without making it just fanciful, you know? So in some of the things I've heard people complain about, like her being in space, I'm like, I think that's good because they're separating her from Superman. She needs a different story, a different arc, a different something.
Very
Don't
much
just
so.
try to rehash all those same problems you run into a Superman of, well, he could just use his X-ray vision and figure it all out, or, you know?
Her
Yeah.
writing tool with it,
Yeah.
you know. But and yeah,
But
she
really,
did
the only
use-
reason I'm going to see Lobo, so I get
yeah,
it.
yeah, she used some X-ray vision to just pop some heads too, you know. But really, it makes me want a Lobo movie really bad, just seeing a little bit of him you saw of him in there.
From
Yeah,
what from all the scuttlebutt and everybody loving on it and stuff like that, I would be supremely surprised if one is not being, pre-production right now.
Oh, they're working on nothing is happening yet. Jason Momoa is not signed for yet. What he has put his foot down even when he signed the contract for this, saying it has to be 18 plus. So the way I understand it, unless they made announcements this week because it is San Diego, it is James Gunn is trying to convince DC Entertainment or Warner Brothers, but DC's
To do an R-rated.
to do an R-rated. It's trying to get that R-rated hump. If they can get them to agree to the R-rated hump, it's happening. And that's, I guess they've already got.
I cannot see that movie happening without the R-rated.
Me
That's the
neither.
problem.
Yeah.
Because they just did a kind of Lobo movie, Supergirl, that wasn't R-rated. So yeah, it's the same. It's the Deadpool problem
Yes.
that Deadpool had. However, although Lobo was Deadpool before Deadpool was Deadpool,
Yeah.
in saying that,
Okay.
yeah, no, it's a fight amongst comic book fans. But
I
putting it
had
in,
this
not
fight
you.
amongst the modelers as well. Somebody, mine is more, significant than the other. I think I shut them down when I looked at them and go, oh, is your plastic toy more valid than my plastic toy? All right, it's all imaginary little picture book. Shut the fuck up.
I think a lot of it's just that there's a lot of people that come up and go, Lobo is such a cheap copy of Deadpool, and it's like, well, that's not fair.
Yeah,
Because the creators that took, I don't know if you ever saw Lobo before, he was pretty much Ronald McDonald in space. He was not a good character. But they took him and ended up making him cool. And then they took that same concept, that Howard the Duck fourth wall breaking concept, moved that over to Deadpool later, and it worked great. And they did a beautiful job with
They
it.
just made
But
him over the top, like
just-
carrying his kindergarten teacher around. And
Just, give credit where credit's due is all.
Yeah.
And not
Yeah.
try to steal from people. Anyhow, now we've gotten off of where I was trying to go with it. No, but I haven't seen many DC announcements out of San Diego, but the one I did see that I really liked was that they are keeping the Blue Beetle movie canon, and they're bringing whatever his name is, damn it, I can't remember his name now. The Hispanic actor that played Blue Beetle in the movie, they're bringing him back for the future DC movies now, because I think he did really good job. I thought they did a good job with the Blue Beetle movie.
I always like it when somebody who does well in a small part, they bring them back and let them flesh it out. I think that is just desserts for good acting.
Yeah, it's well, and I thought he got done wrong because it was the first movie the new DCU put out. It didn't do well in theaters, and so then they're like, "Oh, well, no, that's not part of this universe. That was just a movie we did." And all those actors and all those people put that hard work in. They're just, and so we're going on without them here, and we'll get a different Blue Beetle later. And I was like, "Oh, that's shitty just because your box office numbers didn't do as well. They did a good movie, you know."
Right.
And the fact that they went back and said, "No, we did pick the right actors," you know, because I thought they did for those characters. Yes, I want me a Ted Core Blue Beetle, but for those characters, they did a great job. So again, credit where credit's due. They did. Um, Geekasm wise, I'll do quick because I would say mine's being at the Port Clinton Pirate Festival. We had a lot of good times there, lots of great announcements out of San Diego. But as far as just stuff to continue my Ghostbusters, you know, my autographs I got all over the place here this week because I wanted to get it because all the Spaceballs fucking news coming out. Josh Gad stuff's going through the roof. So I got Josh Gad's autograph as Muncher from Ghostbusters Afterlife. So that goes right up here on the wall with the others. But I was just glad that I got it for a reasonable price before all his stuff went.
You know,
So,
and I don't mean to speak ill of Josh Gad, but I I really don't see what all the deal is about him.
I agree. Nothing against him. I have a huge amount of respect for Josh Gad. For
Apparently, he's working in the background.
yeah, during the pandemic for geeks, he did a lot. I don't know if you guys know a lot of the podcasting stuff he did during the pandemic.
Nah.
But so when everything was down, there were a lot of actors that weren't working, different things. So he did like a series of shows where he would go like get the entire cast of Princess Bride together, and they do like a Comic-Con panel kind of thing, and go
Yeah.
over for and they did Goonies, I think, and a number. And it was just like we're celebrating these movies we all love and getting some of these actors together for the first time after since the movie was made on some of them.
Is it just
And-
me, or have I been seeing a lot more Goonies stuff at fairs?
Well, it's anniversary's coming up. And,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, also and certain
Oh.
things like Pirate Fest, for example,
Yeah.
Goonies, One Piece, they are so in tuned with the Pirate Fest, you'll
Yeah.
see it always there.
Well, speaking of anniversaries, you ready to feel old? I heard this one today, and I was like, oh Christ, I'm old. All right, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, came out in 1981. All right, the story was based in 1936. Right.
Yeah.
If that movie was made this year with the same time shift, it would have been made in 1980. It would have been set in 1981.
Wow.
Oh, that does feel old.
Wow. Yeah.
I had a couple
Yeah.
of those this weekend. We had conversations where little things, and you're just like, oh,
Damn it, man.
we're doing math with one guy. What's his name? The guy from Reef Rum that we ran into.
Oh, Rick Martinez.
Rick Martinez. So there's a guy that he had a number of personalities. He very Johnny Deppy kind of guy. Come to find out, he used to be Johnny Depp's stand-in in 21 Jump Street back in the day. And we're all like this guy. He's looking my age. No, I don't believe in this bullshit. You know, little things like that. Because it'd be like, and then he starts getting into some of the stories like, well, when I was bartending back in 1985, you know, or
Yeah.
something like that. Like, oh, damn, guy just looks fucking good for his age.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I started talking about him. What were we talking about though?
Time.
Oh yeah, that whole
Make you
time
feel
thing
old.
where we were like, make you feel old, and he's telling stories we're totally relating with, like all this stuff from back in his glory days of doing this stuff, and we're like, oh yeah, and then in your back of your mind, some of it's a little fanciful, so you're second guessing until we check up on
I
stuff.
know, but you know,
You're second guessing, but then you do the math and you're like, no, we're just that old.
we've done that
Mhm.
much.
Yeah, like
You know,
you remember when Motley Crue started, and it's like, well, yeah, we do. Oh yeah, we do. You know,
well,
it's like,
he was telling me how his uncle used to be a roadie for like Man of War and
yeah,
stuff.
I was listening.
And so his uncle calls him up one day. He goes, "Hey, we need to go down to Whiskey A Go Go. There's this band that
Yeah, that's what
he
the
goes-
story I was thinking
he
of. Yeah.
goes, who?" And he said, "Motley Crue." And he goes, "That's the one I've been telling you about, Uncle." You know, and they go down there and they hang out, and then who was it? Some other dude they got to come see, and they went partying for 3 weeks or some shit. But you know, I got to talking to him, and him and I were talking, and I was like, you know what? Do you ever have this problem when you start telling people the shit you've done? They just think you're full of shit,
Yeah.
you know? And
Mhm.
he said, all the fucking time, you
Mhm.
know?
Well, that's one thing I try to tell a lot of people is like when you go to a festival or something, so many of us are in the entertainment industry and we've all done cool little shit. Like talking to Mikey Mason, for example. He's done amazing shit and I've done amazing shit over here. So when we get together, it's still amazing shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But so often people either want to second guess you or they just want to one up you. We had a little of that this
Yeah.
weekend too.
Yeah.
Because we're in a state where we're not normally performing and there's a lot of people who don't know you. So when you're telling them stuff, they're like, sure, yeah, well,
I
sure, you know.
there's times where I just shut up and walked away. I don't know how many times I've heard about people say, I used to be into martial arts and blah, blah, da, 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 da. And like I was telling Chris, I was like, I just got to shut up and walk away. It's like, yeah, I know about that. Yeah. And then
Mhm.
walk away. And me and Chris both have studied under Tom Kelly, who was the 9th degree Dan for Kimpo Kung Fu, highest ranking in the motherfucking world. I've sparred with Jeff Speakman at Spirit Camp, but if I were to tell these guys these stories, they'd be like, "Yeah, sure,
I
yeah,
know, I
sure."
know. That's why we
You
didn't.
know,
Because
it's like
they provided really good green room there,
they did.
and they had a chef that came in.
Oh, yeah,
Was she a chef?
I don't
I
know, but
didn't talk to her
they-
for
they-
that reason because, and it nothing against anybody, and it's not
It
here to
was-
brag, but
it was a great green room. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
for those that know us, especially Cookie,
Yeah.
for sure, Cookie.
I was down.
Well, yeah, we definitely got our chef experience. Cookie
Mhm.
cooked in Saudi Arabia, all that shit. However, you can't like sometimes when you want to go talk to people because everybody's like, oh yeah, well that's the person to go talk to, and we kind of want to, but so often, and you've just been there where you start talking. If you've been very successful at one thing or another, then people start just kind of like we were with Nick, right? The Johnny Depp
Oh, Rick,
damn it,
yeah.
like, my mind. Kind of like we were with him. People start like you don't want your first impression to be the guy that's trying to brag or
Right.
No.
something.
That's
No.
another one I just avoided. When dude owned the fair,
I-
Kelly's husband looks at me and says, "Oh yeah, you should try that. That was made by our 5-star chef." That da 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 da. And I was looking at it, and I looked at it, and I looked at it, and I was like, "Starts from
Oh,
where?
Now,
Never mind."
for a bunch of pirates at fair, dude. I've watched you cook some stuff. Dude. It's not 5-star. It's budgeted.
let's
the right way
let's
to do
let's talk winery stuff really quick. That way
Yeah.
we can say, "Oh, we talked winery stuff." So this is all
Okay.
on.
And
All
then
right.
we'll hit
Uh,
Pirate Fest real quick, and then we can finish with a ton of San Diego because we got lots of San Diego.
All right.
So, go ahead.
So, this Friday, I took Jessica out for a date night thing. All right.
Saw that.
Right. And
Yay!
it was at that new Coke art place, the on 13th
Yeah.
and Rock.
I've wanted to go there
And
many times.
yeah, and so we went for this, and it was a nice little, and it was only 5 people there plus the chef, and it was really good. All right, but the chef, the lady she is the food critic for the local newspaper. All right. And so, we're sitting there talking, and one of the things that we're making, as well as the roast beef stuff, is made from scratch hot rolls. All right. And so she starts talking about yeast. All right. and so she's like,
And Daryl's eyes pop up.
well, no, and I was just keeping it cool,
Yeah.
not saying anything. And she's asking, so have any of you ever worked with yeast before? And I'm like, and one person's like, yeah, I got a sourdough starter and stuff. And I'm like, cool, because I've never tried that. And I was like, yeah, I have. And she's like, oh, really? What? And I'm like, and then Jessica's trying, oh, yeah, we have a winery and da-da-da-da, stuff like that. So she wants to try our wine and possibly do a write-up on us.
Oh,
awesome.
Too cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, Corks and Sleeves came in today.
Yes,
But-
yes. There's going to be a shitload of bottles coming in too.
Oh, good. Good thing I got some teenagers
Did
or
you-
some 20-year-olds next door.
Did you get
Um,
that blood orange mead?
I did not. I was just
Yeah.
going to mention that.
It was really good.
The first person we met at Pirate Fest when we got there is one of the people helping out, was setting up and stuff. Come to find out, real great girl. Jess was her name. Come to find out, she was running the bar. Went to go talk to her, asking about the mead they had there because that's usually what I do is can we get ours in somehow? And I went to go talk. She owns a winery there. They
Perfect.
have multiple flavors. Very nice girl. I got her information. I so much wish you were there because you
doing it
know that
since-
info,
She's been doing it
Yeah.
since 2013.
right? They had,
So-
and they have a blood orange mead. It had something else in it, I can't remember. I really liked. I was like, I'm taking a bottle of that back. But since we left before the fair was over, we couldn't legally, because of the way the liquor laws were and stuff. They could only sell by the glass. You know this. All
That's
that.
okay. If she's got a winery, you know,
We got-
that is more respectable than ours, then she actually has a web page. And if she's got a web page, then it should have, you know, oh, and this wine has, you know, this in it as well as hints of this and blah 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 blah, and we'll be able to dissect it and steal from her.
No, I didn't want to steal. I just wanted you to go like, because like our orange vanilla, I like that very much. So, but this was just tasted good. That's the main reason I want to take that. They had probably 12 flavors or
Yeah, I
something.
got a menu.
Very
men-
nice.
menu blurb of hers.
Yeah. And I told her some of the things, questions that, you know, we might have on different things that she said, yeah, could call and we can, you know, chat, and she might be able to give us advice on some of the stuff she's doing too. Because it looks like they're doing about what we're doing. They just have more flavors,
Yeah.
you know, and I really liked that. So,
And we need to, not this weekend, but possibly next weekend, we need to, you're the one that has the more taken up weekend schedules.
Yep.
We need to find a time to bottle.
yeah, I just booked 2 new shows today too. So, yeah, well, yeah.
You told me,
I
you
did.
looked in my eyes and
I'm
lied
ready.
to me straight to my face saying, once we're done with Anime
Well-
Fest, I'm going to have all this time open where I've got
to book
nothing
your
to
shows.
do. We'll get this stuff done.
Yeah, well, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not regretting selling that. Anyway,
No,
I
but
did-
you
I
lied
love
to
the
me.
best, but I no, one of them is our buddy. I can just talk about those. I'll talk about them at the end too. But our buddy Yellowbeard in Kansas City is doing his first annual festival. It's
Yeah,
a
he needs to
1 day
stop peeing upside down. We'll stop calling him Yellowbeard at that point.
It's a 1 day event, and him and his crew are. If anybody goes to Casey Ren Fair, and you know, they're just fun to hang with.
They are.
It was enough that when he asked, "Can I hire you guys to come to the show?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "What's it going to cost?" And I said, "Give us a place to sleep and enough gas money to get there. We're there." And he's like, "No, no, no." And I'm paying you guys. He was real nice. But it's they're letting us do our smoker material. A lot of our friends are there, so a 1 day show. It's more of a.
It's really all
It's
we got to
something
do
we
is
would've-
smoker.
It's something we would have bought tickets to go to
Yeah.
if we weren't performing. So when they said, "Well, we'll pay you," so it's like do a 1 hour show and then hang out in the VIG area and hang with, and you're like, "Okay, we got this."
They're really, really cool folks.
So I think
You
that
should
is
come.
August.
Very
the
impaled gimps. What is VIG?
VIG.
Very
guest, I think.
very important gamers. Okay, it's like TsunamiCon.
Oh no, it is VIP. I'm sorry, because the other one.
Is VIG.
Well, see, the other show is
TsunamiCon is
it-
VIG.
I am doing. I double booked, so I'm doing Tsunami Game Day in Wichita coming up to promote TsunamiCon at the Wizards Asylum this month, and then I was going to go up there and run a game, but we just got offered to go to North Dakota for a festival.
You mean Wizards Alley?
Wizards Alley. Sorry, what did I say? Wizards Asylum.
Wizards Asylum.
It used to be Wizards Asylum. I'm sorry, and then they changed it to Wizards Alley.
You got to
Um,
keep up on this, man. You're going to
I
be sending
know.
people to the wrong place.
I know. I apologize. So we got invited to North Dakota to a festival this month too, but it's also the same weekend as TsunamiCon. So we're deciding that tonight. So if that happens, TsunamiCon weekend or Tsunami Game Day weekend, I'll be able to bottle. I'm also able to bottle this weekend. I'll send you all the dates here because I did not get them properly written down.
When is TsunamiCon?
It's not Tsunami. Oh, TsunamiCon's not till December,
October.
October. It's October this year.
But this is just a game day more for advertising for TsunamiCon.
Yeah.
Well,
to get-
I understand that, but I'm checking the calendar and I don't see that I have TsunamiCon down on the calendar.
16th through the 18th of October, 2026, at the Hyatt Regency in Wichita, Kansas.
Event.
It follows the final weekend of KCRF and Steampunk Stampede. So we have to make sure we're not double booked for that weekend as well. Dang it. Let's just figure out our schedule right here live online.
All right, and I'm going to add that to. Let's add that to the Concast calendar.
Sounds great.
Which reminds me, I need to buy tickets to it.
To Tsunami,
Yeah, support.
support, you go, boy. I was gonna say I could probably get you one this time around, no problem. But also, I'm not against support because I know some of the wags are buying tickets too this year.
Right.
So, so what else? Oh yeah, okay. So I had something specific in my head I was going to move towards. We were talking wine, bottling. I can't remember now. Damn it. Anyhow,
We're moving
but
towards San Diego Comic Con.
well, I want to get through Pirate Fest. We want to talk about that real quick.
There's something
So-
to remind me to talk to you about with Chris at Critical Hit. Okay.
So Ohio Pirate Fest, for anybody that does tune in, I know there are people talking this week saying they're going to check this out. We had a great time. We had an absolute blast.
Man, the location was so cool. Right on Lake Erie.
Like,
I mean,
when I say on,
seagulls and sand and all kinds of
when
fun.
we say lawn on Lake Erie, if we would have walked out the back windows of our hotel, we would have fell in the water.
Right.
It was on Lake Erie.
I mean,
Oh no, am I fluttering out there, or is that just my computer?
Now you're fluttering a little bit.
Huh.
our first show on Saturday morning.
Well, first I want to say it was 14-hour car ride.
Oh God, yeah.
So if
Oh,
can
did you get the
imagine-
book listened to?
A bit of it. Don't look at failure. No, in fairness, that was it. We're practicing and stuff on the way up. On the way back was listening to Dungeon Caller Carl, which did happen. However, late Saturday I got very sick, very, very sick. I was able to make it through shows. I was good on Sunday. I thought I was kind of getting sick through the day Sunday, but I started getting nauseous, thinking I was going to. The trip back was one of the most miserable trips after doing this stuff for. What the
Your
heck's
camera's
going on?
Poochie.
What the heck's going on? Can you hear me?
I don't know, but your camera froze.
My whole
It's-
laptop's going.
We
Hey,
might have
hey,
to cut
hey.
this short.
Oh my goodness!
Can you see us?
I can't. Nope. No,
Your
your recording to
recording
stop
has-
now. You might need to exit and come back in. All right. Hi. Hey, Mac. Good to see you here. I'm just waiting for them to ask to come back in. Let in.
Hello, hello.
Hey, I hear you helloing. I'm waiting for your video.
That is unusual.
Your video is not videoing.
AMD bug report tool.
Oh, AMD, that is going to be your integrated graphics driver card thing. When's the last time you did a system update?
I am not sure, but Gabe just told me that they just stopped support for my system this week, so I have to upgrade to Windows 11.
You're still running Windows 10? Oh, hold on. How many gigs of RAM do you have?
I don't know.
Dude, I mean, I've tried running stuff on just 12 gigs of RAM with Windows 11. Windows 11 is a RAM hog, and you need far more than the standard 12 gigs of RAM.
Do I have Windows 10 on this? I don't even know. I need to go
If
through-
Gabe told you that you need to upgrade to Windows 11, then yeah, you have Windows 10.
Yeah. Well, no, he just asked me if I had Windows 10. I said, I think so. I don't ever pay attention. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, shit. All right, guys.
Yeah, let
well,
me see here. What is it saying? Your camera is your default camera right now. So unless you have a plug-in camera, we're done.
give me 1 second here. So I can do. And
It's trying really hard.
all right. Shit. I had a whole bunch of San Diego stuff to talk about too.
We
And we got
wasted it
one.
all on that Pirate Fest. God, it's a good thing that we still had time for Star Trek. 'Cause
Mac.
that's important.
Yeah, that was important. I mean, I can still go in with the audio side, but holy crap, that bothers me terribly now. Well, before we do get off, let me just say a couple things because I don't want to sound because I know a couple things we said may have sounded a bit even negative, but it was
I haven't
We-
heard anything negative so far. but go
okay.
ahead.
Well, I felt like we were saying, but
The
'Cause
car ride. The car
the
ride
car,
is
it's-
about the most negative thing of all of it.
yeah, getting sick sucked.
You get sick.
And I will say to the people there, because we talked to a lot of people, we made a lot of friends, Ohio Pirate Fest people. The Ohio Pirate Guild down
Right.
there were great.
Sweet.
But anyhow, the main thing, since we're not going to be on here much, Um, for us, we got there. The crowds were a little smaller. We were one of the only non-musical acts there. A lot. Pirates Creed was there. Pirates Inc. was
Pirates
there.
Creed rocks,
They,
by the way.
they had a lot of great pirate bands there.
Well,
They had
but
a
because
non-
of that, were the Scallywags routines well received?
they were well received when they were received. That was the problem. The attendance was a weird one. Since it's a first year fair, what
Oh
they
yeah.
have is it's a tourist town. And last minute they did the right thing by letting it be open to the public because they were going to charge admittance. But with the
Mhm.
tourist town, what you had is you had a whole bunch of people that wanted to go to, like, they want to go through the Pirate Fest on the way to their boats and stuff like that too.
Oh
So
God, and you getting boat people, and those are some weird people.
and with it being a first year fair and them not knowing us, like some of our shows were scheduled, like fair opens at 11, and then our show audience participation sketch comedy show is on at 11 o'clock.
Right.
So then you can't really get people in the audience for that very easily.
No.
So there's times we had problems that. So when we had people in the audience, we rocked it. When we didn't have people in the audience, we played a lot of stretch.
Yeah.
And we hung out and just told stories and stuff.
One
Yeah, it's a
thing
bit
that
of activation.
A little bit. But when it
Yeah.
counted, there was an audience there. We nailed it.
One thing
Right.
I want to say about it is we went there knowing nobody, and we came home with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Good.
Like even now, like next year when if we go back, they invite us back, so we plan on going back. We'll have to make sure everything. We'll see, but I think like little things like when we got there, our smoker was on Friday night. We were in a beautiful tent. They had it set up great, and they had sound set up in there for us.
but the echo of it is.
But the echo in there we were getting with all the drunks and trying to keep the drunks corralled,
Mhm.
it was very, very good for music, very bad for spoken comedy amongst drunks. So we had to cut the show short about 15 minutes, I think, just to keep the audience corralled enough. It's still in good
Right.
people, but our big problem is so many people come and go, "You guys are hilarious. You guys are great. We had a great time." And you go, "I know we did nothing compared to what we could normally do. Like we did you guys 20% of what we normally are." And it was not just because the first year, now that we know that show and they know us, and once they get it more
They can
established,
schedule it better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
And we,
schedule you in better, as I should
yeah,
say.
they didn't write the schedule wrong. It just,
Right.
by any means, we just,
Now-
it'll be a better fit next time.
But that's one thing that we always say about comedy groups from our neck of the woods. If you can do good here, I mean, and which is apparently difficult, which weirds
We
me
do
out.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and we go to kill everywhere else. I don't understand it.
I know. Hey, we're even there because a lot of people from Florida and New York were there that we were hanging with, and they're like, "You guys gotta get down here." And it's that thing we always hear of.
You'll
Yeah,
crush
we-
the
we
East
have-
Coast.
We
I
have
mean,
10,000 pirates at our event, which they probably do, like in Florida and stuff. But they're like, there's nobody like what you're doing. Like
Right.
everybody does,
we really need to
So-
look into St. Augustine because
yeah.
that's the big.
So we're hoping to do a little bit more of that, get out a little bit more. But we will talk San Diego Comic Con next week. There's more stuff coming out. There are a lot of great castings came out this week. We got a couple new shows to announce. But the big ones right now, it would be Yellowbeard's Pirate Soiree that will be happening in Kansas City. We are going to be promoting that like crazy on our page coming up. So we'll promote it here on Concast as well. Sorry, my camera went out, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the other two things. Kelly, I know you're not on here tonight because today is our buddy Kelly's birthday,
Nightingale's birthday.
who usually hops in chat and talks.
Is
so-
is he at home eating his Metamucil right
Damn it, why me here to hear us make fun of him?
now?
But yeah, happy birthday, man. Also, since I didn't get to talk about and we don't have pictures, the friends we lost we were talking about earlier today, for those local, our buddy Joseph Carrasco, good friend. You
Mhm.
may remember him as the dancing monk that we used to have at the Nebraska Festival. That would
I believe
do
so.
the Congo lines around our last huzzah and everything. You'd come visit us at our shows. Great. One of those people, every time I saw him, I was happy to see him. Like genuinely, not like you pretend to be happy or, oh, yeah, there's Joseph, let's go talk to him. It was like, oh, fuck, Joseph's here, let's go talk to him, and I really enjoyed that man so much. And he was such a kind man. He passed this weekend. And then our buddy Snake, The vendor that from Rivers Arms from Great Plains, I've known him forever. Joseph, I used to hire at most of the festivals that I ran. If it was a Ren Fair, like I say, I hired him in Nebraska. That's how I got to know him. And Snake, he came to my Nebraska fair and showed up. I met him through our good buddy Jerry Sullivan. And if you guys ever hear me tell the Walmart joke at festival, Snake gave us that. Love both those guys. It's very sad that they're both gone.
I like how you waited till now to say that he gave it to you. Now that he can't refute that, but go ahead.
No, matter of fact, I used to give him credit all the fucking time. Like every time I told the joke, I gave him credit. The problem was is I just would tell the joke about whatever scallywag wasn't there that day or something. So then it kept changing, and then people would like genuinely ask questions about the joke, like it was a story, and it's like, man, if I get on there, adding Snake in's a mouthful, and Snake was like, I don't give a shit. So then he'd give me another joke half the time, and they'd go, this one's better, and it's like, that one's dirty. I can't even use that at the smokers. You know, that's too much, Snake. Yeah. Anyhow, that's it, guys. I guess we'll talk to you later.
All right then.
Sorry,
and we need to talk about your schedule and when we can actually bottle.
We can talk right after this if you want.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, sounds good.
All right, love you. See you. Bye.
Hugs and kisses.